So, did you wake up on New Year's with a little post-holiday clutter in your house? Well, if that's the case, that's where Netflix came in to help. The platform launched Declutter Guru, Marie Kondo's mini-series, Tidying Up with Marie Kondo. It's an 8-part series that is now cluttering the internet with tons of praise. And here with her own declutter tips is the Martha Stewart from Millennials. Love it. We have a Cheddar Lifestyle host, B. Copeland, here to weigh in. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me on. Yeah.
Of course.
You said it right. I mean, it's the new year, it's January, we're talking about resolutions,
right,
how we get our houses in order, how we get our stuff under control. And, you know, the show Tidying Up has kind of made a big splash. But I think what's really interesting about it is that Marie Kondo, specifically, her KonMari method comes at organizing with gratitude and with joy. She's thanking our items for what they've done for us. We're thanking our items and we're sending them on our way. So no doubt about it, it's trending, it's picked up, and I think thrift stores are feeling the love,
yes,
for sure.
It makes it a little easier to part ways, and I guess it makes you a little more introspective about like why you have this piece of furniture or clothing and whether it's actually providing you with any immediate value. So B, whether you live in a small tiny apartment or like a 3-bedroom home, what is the best way to tackle clutter, no matter how big or small it is?
Yeah, well, I've come up with a simple list of 10 commandments, decluttering commandments, and it's true, like organizing is not a one-size-fits-all. There are so many ways to go about it. So these are just 10 that kind of give you a good floor plan, if you will, to get started. I'll read a couple of them. First, you have to admit that you have too much stuff, okay? You just got to do it. Then let's organize before you buy. You see too many people just head straight to the Container Store, spend a whole lot of money on stuff that isn't really the solution. So let's get knee-deep in our stuff before we go spend a lot of money. And third, let's not leave the house without making your bed. This seems very small, trivial, but really, Vanessa, it's like you do this one thing and it sets your day up for success. And making those tiny little changes is really what's going to make the difference when it comes to like getting your life in order, getting your stuff under control.
As a Virgo, I cannot function in my day if I look at my peripheral and I see that my bed is unmade.
Yeah,
There's something about just starting the day right.
And so much of organizing is visual.
Correct.
Right? It's our home, it's our stuff, it's our spaces. You have to think about visually what you want to look at, and it's probably not messy sheets in an unmade bed.
Right.
So kick off your day, you know, on the right foot.
Right. But I think that's the problem because everybody identifies clutter differently, right? So what are the biggest misconceptions around clutter?
Yeah, well, that's a good point. So there are misconceptions out there, and they're kind of my take on these misconceptions. So a lot of people will separate their wardrobe by seasons, the seasonal wardrobe, right? It's wintertime, you move all your winter clothes in. It's summertime, you move it out. I am not into dividing your wardrobe in this way. I think it robs you of 3 things. It denies you of 3 things. And the first is the actual size of your wardrobe. When you split it up into 2, you're not getting a real sense of how much you own, of what your wardrobe actually is. Secondly, it denies you access to it. I mean, you put half of your wardrobe away, whether it's in the attic, it's in the basement, at your parents' house, in a storage unit. You don't have access to those things.
And then you may end up buying more stuff because you're like, I don't have this and I don't have that, and bam, you have clutter.
And number 3, the brain power, the time, the money spent to divide up your wardrobe, I mean, it's just not worth it. You know, how many people want an extra 20 minutes in their day? Don't spend it dividing up your wardrobe to just have to then bring that back every year, twice a year. It's just a waste of your time.
So what do you recommend? Do you recommend like the suction bags that kind of condense everything? I love a good, what do they call those, big bins, the plastic bins? I love those that you can just kind of put under the bed or in the closet.
Yeah, well, like I said, there's no one size fits all. There's no hard and fast rule to organizing. It's so personal, and I think that's why a show like Tidying Up is interesting. We get to peer into like what really works for an individual. So I'm not going to go and you know, promote a bunch of different products, but what you really have to do is look inside, you know, think about what the problem really is, get to the root of the problem.